Let's talk all about fourth grade homeschool curriculum. I'm so excited to share with you the curriculum I've picked out for my daughter's 2023 to 2024 school year. I let her be a part of this decision-making process, so all of these curriculums are kid approved. For math, she is going to continue using Math UC. That is our favorite math curriculum. I have a whole review video on that curriculum. I'll leave a link to it down below if you want to see that. But just a brief description, it is a video-based program, so I don't have to freak out that I'm going to teach them the wrong way to do math. That always made me nervous, even at the very early levels. I was like, I'm going to teach this wrong, and they're not going to know how to do anything. So this takes that all off of your plate. You watch the video for each unit, and then I have them do 3 worksheets a week on that unit, unless they need more practice. If they haven't mastered it by that 3rd worksheet, then we'll do more until they've really mastered that content, and then we'll move on. So she's going to be in the Delta book this upcoming school year. So let's talk about English. So we have been doing the good and the beautiful this year, and if you saw any of my previous videos about how our school year's been going, she really dug her heels in at the beginning of this year and didn't want to keep doing it. She's just my stubborn child, and so pretty much anything she was going to be contrary to, and so I know this about her. So we kind of pushed through, and I kept saying if you still don't like it in a month, then we can go back to BJU Press, which we both agreed this was going to save us time to use the good and the beautiful, because BJU Press separates English, spelling, and reading courses, and so they're all really good, but they take longer because they're all separated. So that was my selling point to her for the good and the beautiful. Anyways, all to say that she has come around, and I gave her the option, what do you want to use for this upcoming school year? And she chose the good and the beautiful. So one tip, if you have a stubborn, contrary child, let them be part of the decision-making process, because then you can kind of bring that back up to them if they are having issues with that curriculum later, and remind them, here are the reasons you wanted to do this one. Remember, and try to encourage them that way. And my hope is to help her to feel empowered, like she does have a choice. But of course, there needs to be some level of follow through. Okay, if we pick this curriculum, we need to really give it a fighting chance. We need to give it some time and really work through it and see if we can make it work for us, right? So anyways, that's what I'm trying. If you have a contrary child and have some better tips for me, I'm all ears. Leave those in the comments below. But yes, she's going to be doing the good and the beautiful level 4. She has done so well with the level 3. I'm really impressed. She's reading well above her grade level. The thing that really does get her about this program is that the spelling words that they use are difficult words that break all spelling rules, and she just does really poorly with those and kind of hates it every time. So I can't decide if I want to just scrap the spelling words that are in the lessons and do a different spelling curriculum to go along with this. If you've done that before, let me know how you kind of worked that out. I'd love to know what spelling curriculum you've used that you really like. That's one thing I'm kind of still tinkering with. But other than that, I really do love the good and the beautiful. And I love that it's set up for a 4-day school week, because that's the schedule that we follow. For science, we are going to continue using Science Shepherd. We've been using that for the last year. Her and my 2nd grader are doing science together. So they watch a video together and then do a worksheet together. And these videos are really short. They're usually between 3 and 5 minutes. So the way we do it is we do science 2 days a week, and we'll do 2 lessons each day, because they're so quick and short. And I like that they're quick and short, because I feel like if you give little kids tons of information, not much of it's going to stick, right? They're going to forget a lot of it. So by keeping it short and concise, and then having that worksheet to reinforce the things that they learned in the video right afterwards, I think is all a great formula for actually remembering some of what you learned. So we really, really like this program. I did a whole review video on it. If you want to see more in depth about it, I'll leave a link to that below. So they're going to continue in the introductory science course until they finish that, and then we will move into the earth science course. For history, we actually started this school year with BJU Press, and I do love that program, but Then I heard about the Tuttle twins coming out with a history book. And if you haven't heard of the Tuttle twins, we love that book series. It's all about principles of freedom and liberty and economics. And it's just really, really great. It's put on a kid's level for them to understand. But they came out with an American history book last year. So I just decided, let's stop what we were doing and we're all gonna sit down together on the couch and use it like a read aloud. And so all of us together, even though my oldest son still wanted to continue his history class, he would still sit with us and ate it up. Like, it's just so good. It's written in story form. Instead of just like spitting facts at your kids, it's written in this story form with these two children as the main characters. And so it's just so much more interesting. And it's given us lots of opportunities for good discussion. So this summer, they're coming out with volume 2. So that's what we'll start with next year. And then for Bible, my husband takes care of that. He sits with them at breakfast time and does a Bible lesson with them. He'll work on memory verses with them and pray with them. And that has just been so, so great for our family. And I love that he takes that on. If that's not like a great schedule for, whatever your husband's work schedule looks like, maybe that's something that he could do around the dinner table or sometime in the evening together as a family. But that's just been so, so good for our family. I love that he leads that. And it also takes something off of my plate. So I really appreciate that too. And that sums up what she's going to be using for her 4th grade year for the 2023 to 2024 school year. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. If you're new here, I hope that you'll stick around and hit that subscribe button below. And if this video was helpful to you, definitely give it a thumbs up for me. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions about the things that we're using this year or we've picked out for next year, definitely leave that question in the comments below. If you missed it, last week's video is where I shared our curriculum picks for my upcoming 6th grader. And then next week, I'm going to share a video about our curriculum picks for our rising 2nd grader. So definitely make sure you come back and check that out. I hope you have an amazing day and I'll see you next time. Happy schooling!